the twilight of the gods nears, brother will kill brother. Families will be sundered by murder. 4 ages are afoot. An axe age, a sword age, where shields are cloven. A wind age, a wolf age, where the world falls. No one shall be spared.
Welcome to Ragnarok and Roll, a Scion RPG podcast. Prepare for adventure.
Hi, this is Kelly, aka Trixie from Ragnarok and Roll, a Scion to Ragnarok story, and Tilda Wimblewick from D&D Journey of the 5th Edition. First off, I would just like to say thank you to everyone for listening to our varied adventures, as well as for rating us on iTunes and RPGpodcast.com. If you haven't rated us yet, we would greatly appreciate it if you could. And if you're looking for more ways to support our efforts, we are now on Patreon, a great site where you can help us continue making more podcasts, as well as some special surprises for our patrons. If you can, please look us up at www.patreon.com/cppn. Every little bit helps. And again, thank you for listening.
Hello. This is the report on the group of Aesir Scions you requested from me. I will attempt to fill you in on them individually and then give you an assessment on them as a whole. I will identify as many strengths and weaknesses as possible and suggest possible solutions for them. The first we have is Trixie, the stage magician, entertainer, illusionist, and overall a trickster. Confronting her, the most obvious answer would be head-on, separate from the other members of her team. Do be aware of her potential escape routes. As I have noted, she has used Psychopomp and her staff's smoke ability to help in her escapes. I am not sure that I would advise a capture with her, as she could be extremely difficult to contain. Though, on positive end, there is the potential that she could be recruited to our cause. She does not seem set on the Aesir's path of avoiding Ragnarok. I, however, would not fully endorse this idea without further research, as she does appear to be very cunning, though with her parentage, that is of little surprise. My suggestion at this point would be further observation, as her true motives and thoughts could easily be misleading and clouding. I think that we would wish to nail down her focus clearly for ourselves before proceeding with any course of action. The next member I observed was Bryn. This one is certainly a confusing individual, almost incredibly chaotic driven. There seems little rhyme or reason to which way she will approach a situation. Her abilities around water would certainly make a waterborne attempt of a physical altercation most troublesome, and her financial means are considerable, meaning that she could potentially buy her way out of any entanglements created for her, and is shown to be very inclined and willing to buy her way out of nasty situations. Feasibility of her being recruited to our cause, uncertain. Possible that she could be left into play without a focus and direction. She may unwittingly aid our goals. Next evaluated target, Thora. this would be the team's damage dealer. Certainly hot-headed and a fearsome opponent. Would certainly suggest avoiding a direct confrontation with her. Most likely successful outcome for dealing with her would be presenting a threat to her newborn children and her husband. Perhaps not a direct and easily identifiable threat, but a shadowy threat that would force her to stay near them. She has shown to be incredibly protective of them, physically powerful, and effective use of her sun powers make her a troubling opponent to approach from afar. Is not slow-witted or dim. She is sharp and well-balanced. Would not consider her to have any significant weakness other than her husband and children. Next assessment. Team member Frost. Definitely the long-range punch of the team. His artifact weapon of a 50 caliber machine gun is truly fearsome when deployed effectively in support of the other members. More troubling than that would be his apparent ability to influence others, including the Titan spawn, the Translucent One, who he has shown to be developing a close bond with, and does appear to be influencing away from her Titan values. This could overall prove to be extremely disruptive in the course of events if he is allowed to influence other Titan spawn that could end up in key positions. The largest weakness I see is an almost apathetic approach to the battle he's chosen to partake in. Perhaps providing a distraction of more interest to him would work to eliminate him from our plans. Next and final assessment. Kane. Kane is the brute of the team. Not in his ability to deal damage, but his ability and willingness to step in front of blows. He has shown a willingness to face off against anyone to defend his team. He does tend to take after his parentage in that he does not say much. He has shown to be reasonably intelligent, but is very blunt in his approach. He is not inclined to try and connive or scheme with people. His fighting style and his approach to life mirror each other in it is blunt force approach. The concern with him is that he can be a driving wedge for this team, where the others may dissent and begin to debate. He will step in and eliminate the cause for confusion. I would certainly avoid head-on confrontation with Kane. He is exceedingly dangerous, particularly for those used to fighting Aesir who rely on brawn, where Kane's seems to excel when it comes to speed. suggestion of manipulations and misdirections. Side note, has shown potential to be agreeable to our cause. Overall team assessment would not think we could eliminate them as a whole. A physical altercation with them would seriously jeopardize our resources and possibly cripple us. Though we have far more numbers, to remove them as a whole would take far too much of our strength. Suggestion: if choice to eliminate, separate, target Brent and Frost first, before, as they seem the most likely to be able to be engaged without seeking the aid of the others. The last three, I still am not sure how to approach. Thora and Trixie appear to have a close bond that is almost sisterly at this point, and Thora has shown to lean heavily into her teammates for moral and emotional support, making it more than likely that she would seek out their aid if confronted. Trixie would likely be the same situation in that she would contact the other members and draw them to her quickly. My assessment for Kane would be gathering as many of our resources together to assault him at once. His speed and durability makes a long-running fight more to his advantage. For those listening to this report who may not be aware, I am Ethan. I am one of the first of the forgotten sons of gods recruited to help bring about our goals, which is the fall of the old gods. Perhaps not complete Ragnarok as foretold, but a certain elimination of those gods who have lost touch with themselves, the world, and reality. I specialize in observation, assessment, tracking, and staying unnoticed. I will continue to observe the members and report any new findings or thoughts that seem pertinent to our plans. Too many have focused on the gods and do not realize that it is the new gods that are the danger to undoing or altering Ragnarok to allow the old gods to survive, which cannot be allowed. Their time has passed. They are too disconnected. They do not understand, and they do not care. And for that, they must fall.
Hey guys, Jim here. So what do you think this means for the band? Check out the survey we've made in the show notes and let us know. And like always, thank you for listening.
Down in the depths of the mountain, we dwarves spend our time forging powerful weapons, mining precious gems and metals, and feasting like kings. But after a day of digging for the next Arkenstone, this dwarf likes to come home to a package full of loot. Dungeon Crate is a monthly subscription box service forged specifically for RPG and tabletop gamers. Miniatures, dice, tokens, coins, maps, modules, terrain pieces, handcrafted items, RPG jewelry, and more are yours for only a few gold per month. You even get a digital crate along with a physical one as an added bonus. So are you brave enough to reward yourself with a Dungeon Crate? By Morden's beard, I hope so. DungeonCrate.com. Let the adventure begin.
Thank you for listening to the Creative Play and Podcast Network. And feel free to enjoy our other shows, such as D&D Journey of the 5th Edition and Scion Ragnarok and Roll, a Scion hero to Ragnarok story. Thank you for listening.